Hi there, this is Jonathan from Thriving with Schizophrenia. Like I said in the last video, I was going to talk about medication. Um, so for medication, um, so kind of continuing from the last video, so I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. This was back in 2014, and the first thing he gave me was risperidone. Risperidone was the first medication that I started taking, and did I don't know like how much okay, so the thing with these medications is that um you need to be on them for quite a while for them to start helping. And so I would be on it for like a few weeks, and then I would notice the one thing you want to pay attention to, this is a medical advice, it's just experience sort of tips and such. um, the one thing you want to look out for is when you feel restless, like feel not just like you have lots of energy and you're just, or not, maybe lack of energy, just sporadic energy. It's more like you feel like tremors in your body, and you can do a test by doing an arm test like this, pushing down, and you can feel yourself shaking if you're experiencing tremors. um, that's how the doctor would kind of do it anyways. I kind of mimicked that when I needed to check myself to see if I was experiencing tremors. And there are medications you can take for that, but I do take something for that a little bit. I'll get into that in a second because I don't have my medications here right now, so I forget the names of some of them, the ones that aren't as crucial as the other ones. So I had to get off that medication. The next one that I was on um, was probably gonna have to edit this video. Um, let's see. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Olanzapine, I think. Yeah, that was the other one that I tried. That was the second one I tried, and it kind of gave me the same sort of symptoms, and so I kind of wish those ones did work, because the next one, which I did use, was quetiapine, also known as Seroquel. And if you're aware of these medications, quetiapine actually, you can use it to help you sleep. Um, and so I would take high doses of quetiapine. I still take high dose of quetiapine, but the problem with that is the side effect from that is it makes you very drowsy. And so I was sleeping lots back then. Like when I was first diagnosed, I was sleeping in. Like I think I was like experiencing depression though at the same time, you know. So it was until later, after I had moved and seen another psychiatrist, that they kind of gave me some medication for depression. I think I was taking something, but we had to like try different things anyway. So those are the main. That's like the antipsychotic um, that I take is quetiapine. Sorry, my hair is all messed up. Yeah, so at the moment I take quetiapine. I take a high dose of it, but you obviously start off low and kind of go from there. So that one really worked for me. I did get a bit restless, and I take a medication for that. I forget the name at the moment. It's a little orange pills, but if you want to find out, just leave a comment down below, and I'll find the information. I just don't have my meds anywhere near me at the moment, but yeah. So that was the big one that helped me. For depression, I tried a lot of different ones, but I landed on one called escitalopram. It's also called Lexapro. Um, it's not the one that really. There's some that like send electric shocks through your brain and stuff. I don't know. Like I don't know too much about that, but I didn't like certain antidepressants. I know there's different kinds, but escitalopram really works for me. It keeps like my mood sort of elevated, but it's a very small dose. I think it's like 15 milligrams, which is, yeah, maybe not super low, but not super high either. What else do I take? I take medication called Rexulti. I had to add that on to the antipsychotics I was already taking, so I know Rexulti is for, I think it's for mood as well. Hopefully I'm correct about that. Um, And yeah, so that was kind of added on later, and that helped me with my psychotic disorder, schizophrenia. Um, and yeah, but besides that, I guess I'll make this more or less about just medications, but let's also get into supplements. One thing I'll warn people about is if you're taking what is it, a serotonin inhibitor, serotonin inhibitor drugs like Seroquel. They increase the serotonin levels in the brain, and that treats depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. Um, you want to be very careful with what you supplements you take. So like um, I THC, I think that is. I took THC pill, like marijuana, and that caused serotonin syndrome for me. Like I was like shaking. My anxiety was really bad. It made me like really cold, and even though I was in like a hot tub, I was freezing. I was restless. I was having nightmares. So be really careful with the supplements you take. So if you're taking serotonin inhibitors, you want to avoid things like St. John's wort. I think ashwagandha you should probably avoid. Just look into it. Try not to. I went through a phase where I just was trying different supplements, just trying all these different supplements without actually thinking about if they interact with the ones that I was taking or am taking. So be very aware of that. So that's kind of my warning to you. If you're not taking any medications, those supplements, they could help. I'm sure they can help people with general anxiety or depression. But I have more like clinical depression, I think. So, um, yeah, but the things I do recommend are things like omega 3. There's a book called The Depression Cure. I can't recall who it's by. Let me find it really quick. Depression Cure book. Yeah, The Depression Cure by Stephen S. Lardy. That's a good book. It also talks about like vitamin D, sun lamps. I have a sun lamp right over here. You can probably see the light coming from it. Also like omega 3, like I mentioned. In omega 3, you want to look at the EPA. The DHA is not as important, but it's a little bit important. The EPA, you want it to be pretty high. So the highest amount of EPA you want to take is 2,000 milligrams. They say start with, the book mentions to start with, I think, 1,000 milligrams, maybe less, and then go up from there. And the highest you should probably take is 2,000 milligrams of EPA, not of omega 3 necessarily. It's the EPA number you want to look at. Again, I don't have like a bottle near me or anything. Anyways, so yeah, you can take stuff like that, and it's really good for your brain, and it's a good booster. Also, B vitamins, B complex. I take B complex. Which one do I take? I take the B complex, pure and cap. Maybe I'll post a link or something, but pure encapsulations B complex plus. That's one that I take, and I find that brand's really good and really powerful. That'll give you a boost of energy as well. There is a bit of a debate, or there are some videos you can find online if you're looking for like, some people are looking for like cures for schizophrenia and stuff, and there's one, I don't want to spread this information, but they said like something about niacin being helpful for schizophrenia. I brought that up with my psychiatrist, but he said that they probably didn't have schizophrenia. I don't know. Maybe they didn't, or maybe certain things help certain people. I've tried a lot of different things, but the things that I stick with are the things that help maintain my mood and maintain my energy. And yeah, so hopefully those are good suggestions that you can follow. And yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, comments, or whatever. I'm pretty new to this. I used to have another channel, but this is my newer channel. Um, I also play music and stuff, so you can find, maybe I'll link that below or something if you're interested. But this is mostly for mental health and people with schizophrenia. So yeah, I also do coaching for schizophrenia. I'll leave a link below. And yeah, have a great day. Thank you for watching.